Andrew.
No, they're enjoying it, and this is the one they've come for. Let's steer our home viewers through Sky Racing into the tips.
Well, look, I've marked the 2 on top, British Ensign. I thought he'd most probably finish up the leader in the race. He's drawn nicely in 3. He's won his last couple. He should be able to bowl along. He's trained on the track. He's got a lot going for him. Then I've put the 3 of Tony Noonan's in. I put the 5 Bancherry in second. He ran 4th last start. He carried 58 kilos. He drops 4.5 kilos. Stephen King to ride him. He should get a lovely run. The 8, Just Heaven, the other one of Tony Noonan's, it drops 6.5 kilos from its win at Sandown. Draw him 1, so it'll almost probably slot right in behind British Ensign. Should get a beautiful run. And the other one I put in was the 1, the Gunner Matter, trying for 3 on the trot. Cannot fault the way the horse looks here. He's got a dry track, should suit him down to the ground. So I marked them 2, 5, 8 and 1.
Gunner Matter trying for the 3rd straight Mornington Cup. Tony Noonan's trying to obviously win it for the amount of time, but he's got a couple of other key hopes that you put in ahead of Gunner Matter. I don't know whether the top is going as good as what he was 12 months ago.
Yeah, well, I thought that last year when he was here and he got up and won. So I'm just, look, I can only go on the way the horse looks, Andrew, and gee, I just couldn't fault him. All
right, Gary Willett's tips for Carlton Draft in the Mornington Cup, 2, 5, 8 and 1. Quick run through of what's happening on track. There's been support for the toppy Gunner Matter. It's come in and near enough comparison on and off track. British Ensign near enough to the mark. Classic Ben Barra, if you fancy Tony Rossellini's, value the tote at the moment. Sandbelt, it's been a drifter on track, no support for it at all, but value the tote. Bancherry, there's been support for Tony Noonan's, one of his 3 runners, near enough the tote. My Fraulein, near enough the tote. Just Heaven, it's drifted out a little bit. Comparison, not a lot between on and off track, and they are the main ones here. So as we leave you, Gunner Matter, even a little bit more support here, Rod. So at this stage, it's the favourite for the Mornington Cup, trying to win it for a 3rd straight year.
Terrific, Andrew. Thank you. And also to Gary Willets. Sandbelt, horse 4, Dan Nikolic, the jockey, last star winner at the Valley, has a big chance in the Carlton Draft Mornington Cup.
Well, just the way Sandbelt's been racing, Dan, you'd think Mornington might be a track that suits him.
Yeah, he seems to race well on these tighter tracks, and this is probably his grade. Nice country cup horse, and he still weighted okay today.
Just the way he won at Moonee Valley. He had the nice sit, but he quickened up when he really needed to.
Yeah, he's racing very well, admittedly against average opposition, but these sort of horses, he can beat them.
There's always seemingly a bit more pace in a cup than normal races. He probably will appreciate a bit of pace on.
Yeah, it looks like that. I spoke to Jamie, he's just left it open how I ride the horse. I'll just ride him sort of determining the pace. If they don't go hard, I'll probably be a little bit close. If they go quite solid, I'll probably get back out of it.
You picked the ride up in the last on Tornado Kid, coming off a win at Ballarat.
It was a good win last start. I actually rode the second horse and I struggled to get past him, and he looks like a nice horse on the up, and Brian's horse is always hard to beat.
Big rides on the weekend. I reported yesterday you rode Mystique in a gallop on Monday. Felt really strong going towards the Oakley Plate.
He's going well. He's well up to winning an Oakley Plate. He's weighted up to his best, but he's a quick horse. He's going to be there on the turn, and it'll be whether he can last, but he was a very good run in the Lightning last start.
And Belt there, Dan Nikolic, the jockey, has a big chance, although Andrew Bensley mentioning there's further support on course for horse 1, Gunner Matter. They're at the start before a huge crowd. It is a terrific lineup for the Mornington Cup. Big crowd, new facilities. I heard Greg Miles earlier this afternoon saying the new grandstand, the new facilities are absolutely enormous, and the crowd has come out in mass for a listed event, the feature event for Mornington, and there it is, the Carlton Draft Mornington Cup. So the event due in around a minute and a half from now, and shortly they'll be called up in just a moment to Greg. Previous event taken out by Major Woody, number 1, over 7, 2 and 11. Next event from Strathalbyn is race 6. The race goes in 12 minutes from now. You saw the ratings. 1, Bin 10, over 6, 7 and 3. Jason Holder rides the favourite Siam, horse 3 at $2.80. A Feathered Tail at $6.30. Quantum Leap $9.60 and Shalini at $9.80. Correct Weight Doomben after the 6th event. Placings of 3, 11, 12. 4th to number 4, Carbone. Number 4 officially 4th. That first 4, New South Wales, $444. $444. And the Unitab first 4, $403. For the running of the CUB Mornington Cup for 2004, here's Greg Miles.
Yes, and the first 4 have been locked away for the running of the Carlton Draft Mornington Cup, $150,000. And the question is, can Gunnamatta win his third straight? Never been done in the history of this particular race. And the punters say, yes, he can, as Mar Freilein goes up into the stalls. Gunnamatta is the best tried by a long way on the track. He's been heavily supported, and he'll run the outstanding favourite. Some money for his stablemate Bankiri, who's joint second-elect with Sandbelt, and then British Ensign and Classic Benbara. Just Heaven is certainly well in the market too, but it's Gunnamatta that the crowd will love to see win, for not only the fact that he'll be going for his third straight win, but the majority of the punters are on him. He's been heavily backed. And Damien Oliver is going for his fourth Mornington Cup win too, something that has been overlooked with all the hype about the horse himself, Gunnamatta. But Damien won it in 1990 on Go Timmy, Seductive Bell in a close photo in 96, and Wild Door in 2001. King Robden is ready. Classic Benbara, who probably just found the trip a little beyond him in the Hobart Cup, goes in, and Tarryama for Dale Smith is going to be the last to get set in front of what is a magnificent crowd. If this isn't a record for Cup Day, then I don't know what would be. It's an outstanding turnout under perfect conditions for the Cup of 2004. Gunnamatta in gate 5. The inside stall vacant. They're away. He probably was the slowest out with My Freilein Gunnamatta. Bankiri began fast, and Just Heaven and Royal Rule with British Ensign got away well. And there's Lord Ardsley going over the field. Oh, My Freilein got flattened just before the judge the first time, went right back to second last. And Royal Rule had the lead from British Ensign. Just Heaven on the inside third. Classic Benbara, the red colours outside the fave. Gunnamatta with a beautiful run. Fifth offence. A length and a half. Lord Ardsley. Sandbelt following the favourite, and then Bankiri. 2 lengths then to Merlin's Law around King Robden. My Freilein on the rail, and Tarryama's last. Up the side now with about 1,400 to go. Royal Rule in front by 2. British Ensign second, a length and a half away. Just Heaven. Classic Benbara 2 lengths away. Fourth outside Gunnamatta. 1 to Lord Ardsley. A neck then to Sandbelt the inside. A length and a half to Bankiri. 3 lengths away then came Merlin's Law. My Freilein. King Robden second last, and Tarryama. The Cup field has 1,000 metres to go, and Royal Rule by 2.5. British Ensign second. Just Heaven is third. Classic Benbara the outside of her, 1.5 to Gunnamatta, then Lord Ardsley about 2.5 to Sandbelt and Bankiri together. A break of 3 lengths then to Merlin's Law. My Freilein, King Robden and Tarryama is still at the tail of the field. Royal Rule came up the side now with about 600 to go, led British Ensign by a length and a half. Classic Benbara third, Just Heaven the inside, and then Lord Ardsley. Oliver still waiting on the favourite Gunnamatta. Bankiri starts a run, and then Merlin's Law, the rest headed by Sandbelt. They're approaching the turn, and it's Royal Rule with a narrow lead though. Coming after him, British Ensign. Around the outside now, running on is Classic Benbara. Gunnamatta's right behind the leading trio. He's got into clear room now, and he's about to launch his run. Classic Benbara goes for the lead. Gunnamatta's coming after him down the outside, and then Just Heaven and British Ensign. Gunnamatta racing up and taking the lead from Classic Benbara. Gunnamatta put his nose in front. You're a Mornington marvel. Gunnamatta beat Classic Benbara by a neck. Third is Just Heaven, and close up then Sandbelt, followed by Bankiri, and then came Lord Ardsley. Tarryama made some ground from British Ensign. Back behind them are My Freilein, Royal Rule, King Robden, and at the end is Merlin's Law. 3 straight Mornington history for Gunnamatta. 4 Mornington Cups for Damien Oliver. A perfect ride, and the top weight has done the rest. Number 1 is the winner, Gunnamatta, ridden by Damien Oliver for local trainer Tony Noonan. For the first time in the history of this Cup, it's a straight treble. Gunnamatta. Second goes to another local in Classic Benbara. Noel Callow and Tony Rossellini. Was given every conceivable hope, but he's been run down by a horse who is an absolute whiz around this track. He's tasted defeat just once. He's won 4 from 5, including the Cup, on no less than 3 straight times. Gunnamatta first, Classic Benbara second, and Just Heaven was third. 1, 3 and 8. The official 4th was Sandbelt, and 5th was Bankiri. 1, 3, 8 and 4. And Gunnermatter taking it out. The crowd just went absolutely delirious when he hit the front at the 100-metre mark. It was a fantastic scene. And a great training triumph too by Tony Noonan. The horse has been kept relatively fresh, just having the 3 runs back into this race. Ended up on the worst part of the track at Flemington last time out, but he was just given the absolute gun run.
OK, thanks very much, Greg. History at Mornington. 3 straight Mornington Cups to Gunnermatter. The trainer is Tony Noonan. We're now with Andrew Bensley.
Well, he's not with me at the moment because he's walked away to kiss his kids through the fence, and all I've got to do now is try and get him back. He is very emotional, as you would understand. He's shaking his hands with everyone that has been with the horse right the way through. Just excuse me for 1 sec. Tony Noonan, I've yelled out here, so he's going to come across and join us because he's mixing it with all the Mornington trainers, and gee, this is one hell of an effort. He said that last 200 metres seemed to go on forever in the straight, particularly when Classic Ben Barra kicked through on the inside. Tony's coming over to join us. Mate, plenty of emotion there.
It's a hard one. Gee, I rode him hard all the way down the straight. He had a lovely run. Just struggled early, but Dame just posited him, and you know, he showed great heart the last 100 metres, enormous heart.
I will say that he was given a perfect ride.
Yeah, he was, and he needed to. It's the way he's won his 3 races here.
Yep.
He always showed great heart, though. You know, 3 years, and
Can you believe you've actually pulled this off with the same horse winning it 3 years in a row?
he's a good horse. I can tell you he's a good horse, because to do it, it's an enormous effort. Enormous effort.
What do you do? I mean, what do you do with the horse knowing, OK, Mornington Cup coming up? Do you plan it the same way as last year? How did you prepare?
Everything was the same, Andrew. We just put everything together, and you know, great help by my staff. You don't do these things without great support.
Yeah.
Got good staff, good owners. You know, terrific day.
Solid family too. I saw you walk over and kiss the kids, and everyone concerned with the stable.
Yeah, no, it's a great day. One I'll never forget.
Well, Ollie's about to bring it in. Go and enjoy it, Tony.
Thanks, mate.
Tony Noonan joining us, the trainer of Gunnermatter, who's won the Cup for the last 3 years, held on to win. I reckon this is going to be one hell of a royal very shortly, Rod.
Terrific, Andrew. Job well done there, and congratulations to Tony Noonan. A lot of celebrations in the Noonan household tonight, and that takes Gunnermatter's prize money to just under $500,000. So well done to the Snippets gelding and the roars of the crowd. And as Andrew mentioned, it was just a perfect ride from Damien Oliver. Posied the horse so beautifully, got out at the right time. The split came at the home turn, and he took Gunnermatter to the post. A very big winner, taking its 3rd Mornington Cup in a row. And well done to all concerned. At the start for the next event from Strathalbyn, by the way, the Unitab first 4 on the 9th at Mornington, 1, 3, 8 and 4, $1,063. And the winning jockey of the Mornington Cup, Damien Oliver.
Damien Oliver's here live on Sky, meeting with Tony Noonan. Damien, how's that, mate?
Yeah, it was wonderful. I mean, geez, it was a Melbourne Cup sort of cheer when I went over the post. It was.
Could you hear the roar gathering as you got to the lead?
I could. It was deafening, you know, and he's certainly a popular horse here.
3 different jockeys. He's won it 3 times. It's quite remarkable, and just sense of one of your great thrills too.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a response like that from the crowd, it really makes it worthwhile, and it certainly was a buzz for me going over the line.
Well done, Damien.
Thanks, mate.
Damien Oliver going to weigh in after winning on Gunnermatter.
Thanks, Andrew. They're at the start for the next event from Strathalbyn, and this is race 6 on the card, and 3 Siam is the favourite at $3.20. Siam struck interference at the start and was blocked for a run when 3rd at Strathalbyn behind Archival. Horses only won 2 from 20 with 7 minor placings.